We are live.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You're locked into the TCN Podcast.
Take 5.
Lord have mercy, we are live.
Guys, I'm Joe, 1/3 of the Cyber Nerds.
And I'm Revenue GS.
I'm Sam, Mr. Blitz Tech.
And this is episode 3. You know what? Yeah, it gets mad every time we do one. I get all excited, like, brother. This is episode 3 of our podcast.
Is it only episode 3? Feels like there's been more episodes. Still.
No, we're just here talking all the time.
I guess so.
The mic's not always on, innit? So this is episode 3 of the TCN podcast. And today's it's a full...
What do we have today?
It's like a Q&A. Like,
Q&A today?
Yeah, all questions from the fans. Questions from Patreon, Facebook, Twitter, wherever they came.
So no blacking out, just all, smiles and rainbows and ponies.
We'll see.
Yeah.
It might be a black horse or a unicorn here and there, but you never know.
Alright, cool. So where we starting off?
Mr. Blitztek's got all the questions in it.
So. So Mr. Bliss is leading the way this week.
He's running things in it because we're getting YouTube comments saying that
Joe talks too much.
Yeah, that guy's too bossy. So I'm gonna fall back because that's what the YouTubers want.
Wow.
What you guys are doing, but it's okay. It's alright. So we're gonna start off with our lovely Patreons.
Ooh.
Shout out to you guys. And
Are we name dropping still?
Oh, of course.
We are name dropping.
Gotta show the love.
Cool.
With these guys. And first question is from Terry Lynn Lawrence. That's a tongue twist and a half.
Yo, some of these names are mad,
Lovely name. Shout out to you, Terry.
And Terry is a patron.
She is a patron.
Shout out to you, man. We appreciate you, man. Helping out with the cause and that.
He says, without giving away too many personal details, I would love to know what line of work you're all in. Even in general, I was saying hospitality, medical, computers, etc. And that's our first question. So let's try and answer that.
First question. Well, I can definitely tell you that Joe's in the line of adult entertainment.
Whoa! Hey!
Yo, this podcast is about to be a madness,
I'm not listening. I'm not even trying to do it.
You know what? I'll let you answer your own too.
There's too much stuff, guys. First disclaimer: like the views of Geek Sensei are not shared by the Cyber Nerds. Yeah, and that's not that. What he said is not real. What he said is not real. Listen, I'm a professional basketball player. I play in the British Basketball League in the UK. It's the top league in England. And yeah, that's what I do. I play professional basketball.
Speaking of which, you had a double yesterday.
Oh, hello.
If you know basketball, I was out there working yesterday.
Yeah?
Got to pay these bills.
So is that all you do, Joe?
I mean, there are other stuff. Like I do other stuff as well. Are we guiding like that?
I don't know. That's the thing. Like I wasn't even expecting a Q&A, but it's quite interesting. Asking what we do for a living.
Alright, so basically, like obviously, I'm a professional basketball player, but I've always been interested in business and stuff like that. I went to university in America on a basketball scholarship, and I studied business management. So when I came back to London or England and started playing professionally, I also started running a business in it. So I opened up a business that teaches physical education in schools in London as well. So that is also what I do alongside being like a full-time professional basketball player and a full-time cyber nerd, innit? So
slash adult entertainer.
Slash adult entertainment artist, yeah. That too. Can't forget that.
Sam, what do you do?
What do I do? Well, I'm into the world of technology and computers. I fix them all day, every day. Work, friends, you name it. They say, Sam, my computer's not working. And I am there.
Yeah, I stay getting Sam to come and fix this computer because the editing is mad for the cyber nerds still.
Yeah, man, computers all day, every day. I think what got me to computers anyway. I think it's the first time I got a console. I wanted to know how it works. I was like, oh, that's very interesting. I want to see how this outputs a video.
Were you that kid that dismantled your console and then your parents beat the hell out of you?
Exactly. See, I was actually the obedient one where I was like, if I was to do that and it cost X amount, my parents would destroy me, so
Yeah,
I'll wait until I can afford some of my own stuff.
Them African licks were not the ones back in
Wooden
the day.
spoon,
Hey,
freaking belt.
they tell you to pick up what weapon you want to get licks with.
Exactly. And you pick up something soft, it's like, go back.
Yeah. The thing is, those are the worst ones. I did that one time, bro. Yeah, pick what you want. But I picked the thinnest, it was like the tree branch with them thin ones. Bruv, that thing stinks.
Oh, boy.
Bloody hell, fam. It's peak, you know. It's hard being African out here, bro.
This man talking about I don't know.
Man,
Is this what we're really talking about? That's what these lot locked into here.
It's life.
African discipline at home.
Yeah,
It's
bruv,
like mad,
it gets to his peak like that.
Don't know, get to know. Yeah,
Well, it's my turn.
I'm
Yeah.
about to say, what about you, Raven? What are you?
What about, I'm a bit all over the gaff like Joe. So what do? I'm like a sports coach. I guess you could say a sports coach. So I run a basketball academy in the ends. Yeah. So I used to play basketball with the man them. I stopped playing basketball due to an injury, and I got into coaching. So I teach kids in school.
You are one of the people of our futures, yeah?
I guess you could say that. I guess you'd say that. So school, basketball, sports, all in general, and I do a bit of art myself. So into schools, using arts to teach kids to learn, I guess.
You know what I just picked up on? It's actually very scary that you two teach kids, you know.
What are you talking? This is
Joe does stuff with physical education, and here Raven's a coach as well. I just clocked.
Listen,
imagine,
I am a great role model. I don't know what you guys are like. What are you guys?
What you mean? What you guys? He's the one to say we're not. Yo, man.
It's good that you guys teach kids. You guys are very knowledgeable and gurus in that.
Yeah.
So
Like, you'd want your kid to grow up and be like me. Like, I'd hope so.
I don't know about it. Maybe lean towards more Uncle Raven than Uncle Joe. Really, like.
now I'm conflicted. I might just leave my kid at home.
So yeah, man. So I got the sports side. I also have the art side as well. Like Joe, I started my art company where we teach kids via arts. And yeah, man, I graduated in digital animation, so I'm more into the animation world and arts and all of that. So does that answer your question?
I guess it would.
And unlike Joe, I'm not into the adult entertainment.
Okay.
I don't have the face to go with it. I have a baby face. So
Do you know what's mad, yeah? Is that, like, and everyone listening is going to be like, where does Raven come up with this stuff? You're just giving more insight into what goes on in your mind. Like who was thinking, like, where did you even come up with that, bro? Where did that come from?
well, he asked the questions. So I was, thinking, what each one of us do,
Okay.
So cool.
That's mad. Okay, cool. So Terry's second question is...
Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Terry, what do you do for a living? That's the real question.
Okay.
Make sure, drop us a comment or something.
Yeah, jump on the picture and comments and
Just
let
go
us know.
from there. Yeah.
Oh, so there you go. We want to know what you do, Terry. And second question from Monsieur would be, what was the first comic book, sci-fi based movie that really caught your interest and made you think, great adaptation, and wanted to start following the path of the storyline and stick with what to see and where it goes over the years?
So wait. Sorry. Was that what comic book got you in?
Yeah.
/ sci-fi based movie.
So it could just be, so like what thing got you into it? So I'll start. You know what, yeah? So when I was younger, my mum used to always take us to church, innit? Like, so, and church was one of those things for some reason, I just hated going to church, innit? But every Sunday, my mum would give us some money and that, for the collection plate and that. Get me? But the one thing about going to church that I was happy was, whenever we got to leave church, my mum always used to take us to this comic book shop that was on the same street as the church, innit? Like, in between the church and the train station was a comic book shop. So this was the highlight for me, innit? So what I used to do is like save up my little money all week, and then my mum would give me like £1-2 for the collection plate that I would just not put in the collection plate.
I just knew it. As soon as he said collection, money, comics, I said, yep, You're a sinner, you know. You're a sinner, fam.
So, man used to take that extra £1-2 as well, pocket that, and then get to the comic book shop. And then I remember they just, for some reason, their Spider-Man section was a madness. Like, they just had all the Spider-Man things was mad. And I remember pulling out this comic book. I've still got it at home in my long box. It's like the 100th anniversary of Spider-Man comic book. It's green and it's got like a hologram on it, and it's got the Iron Spider-Man suit. You know, the Iron Spider-Man suit from the animated series when he goes to the other universe, and instead of Tony Stark being Iron Man, it's Iron Spider-Man and his silver suit silver. It's got that Spider-Man on the cover. That was the first one I got. And from then, like every week I'd go to church, I'd buy different Spider-Man comics. Like then I got into the Clone Saga, Venom, and then I didn't really read Batman and that. My older brother used to get like DC comics, the darker comics. There was like a comic called The Spider or something like the more darker adult ones, you know what I'm saying, for him. So after I had got done, and as I was getting older, after I was done reading like my Spider-Man stuff, all that Marvel kind of youngish stuff, I started reading his books like Blade and all that other stuff, and that kind of plugged me into like just other areas, you know what I'm saying, darker books, DC, variant, even Image, because that's when Image was having like, what was that dude? Bloodstrike or Bloodshot. Yeah, all of those kind of comic books as well. So I jumped onto that, man. But that was mad, like, so even though for me, like, not hating church, it kind of like, and this was when I was young, this really opened up that passion for comic books. Yeah, that was the first thing that got me on. A man used to love Spider-Man, bro. Clone Saga was the baddest. Everyone hates it, but I loved it.
Man, hate church, you know.
I don't still hate church, innit? But like, you get me.
I just want to know where you were at before I met you. That's where you were at. What about you?
With me, like, it's kind of a weird one. Like I said, I started like computer games, so I was like into Mario. Or my first game was like Mario on the Nintendo. But then when I think about it, like after school, obviously you wake up early for school, and you'd be like, oh, it's another day at school. But I would religiously wake up early. In fact, I wake up at 8 a.m. to watch those like Saturday morning cartoon shows. Even if the first one was like, I think it was Barbie. I think the first one, which is weird, I don't know why Barbie.
Man was watching Barbie.
Bro, I have to wake up to be sure.
That's suspect. He was watching Barbie.
Bro, it's a Saturday cartoon. Like, I'll make sure if I was awake, I'm like, what's on? Barbie's on first. You know, I watched that Adventures with Ken. Go to the beach. I ain't gonna lie.
I'm glad that this was coming out. Why wasn't this kind of stuff mentioned at your wedding? This is the kind of stuff. This is where you learn this kind of things. Like,
well, why are we just finding out about this today?
Because it's come on. First thing to come on, and I'd watch it. I'd be like, I don't care. It's just a cartoon, innit? And then what would come on next? It would have to be something like Bucky O'Hare, Biker Mice from Mars, and then then it would be Spider-Man. And then that's when I like first got into like Spider-Man. I was like, this cartoon is like super deep. It like compared to anything that came out in that day and age, I was like, this is like one of the best things I've ever been watching. Then I clocked it by Marvel. That's how I got into the comic books. And I think it was even during the weekdays. That's when Batman animated series would come out. And even now, I'd even realize that thing was way beyond its time. Even though I was like I was probably like 10, 11 or something. That thing was mind blowing. And the episode that stuck with me the most is when there was like Cyborg Batman. Do you remember that one?
In Batman animated
series? Yeah, that one. I don't know why, but that one sticks out the most. I don't know. That one was super dark. Even for like a kids' TV program, I was like...
Yeah, back then there was no filter. This is where you gotta remember, like, there's no filter.
There was
you
nothing.
Just have it, you know. Wait, so you was around 10. How old were you, Joe?
I must have been about, I want to say around the same age, to be honest. I might have been about 8 or 9, you know what I'm saying, going to church. Yeah, about 8 or 9. About 8, yeah. I want to say 7, 8, 9, like that age range when I was going to church and living with my mum and getting comic books. Yeah, about that age.
That's interesting.
Yeah, man. I was pretty young. Like I feel like I got into comics quite young. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so that's when I started realizing like deep like storylines, and we're like, you know what? I'm gonna stick with Spider-Man. I'm gonna stick with Batman. What do you know? They're like the biggest ones of their universe, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, since especially in the 90s, that was kind of like a big thing, wasn't it?
So there you go. So what about you, Raven? Watching Barbie and that?
Yeah, me was a family member plugged us in. So my aunt, she worked at this distribution factory. She still works there. I found out the other day. I was in Manchester and I was with my cousin, her daughter, and she was like, "Yeah, she still works there." Because she was asking about how the cyber nerds and everything was going. She's like, "Yeah, she's still actually there." And so she used to bring copies, right? So they used to have like all these. They had the Portuguese ones, like the Brazilian Portuguese ones, and then had like Donald Duck and then they had the superheroes as well. So we used to get a bit of everything. But my cousin, who I used to live with, he used to get them off her, right? So, and I don't know, for some reason, and obviously makes sense now because I'm into arts, I've always been visually orientated. I used to see him draw and read the comics, right? So I used to kind of like read it on the slide. And this must have been around year 5. Well, we start school year 4, so that's when you learn to read. And I was never really into school, right, because it just bored me. So the only way that would capture my attention to read or anything was just comic books. So I started off with comic books. So year 4, year 5, right? So pretty young.
Pretty much that's around the same age as we did, isn't it? I guess. Year 4, year 5, year 8.
No, sorry,
he's
younger
8
than
years
that.
old.
Yeah, sorry, younger than that. I'm thinking of when we start school. Sorry, so we start in year 1, but our year 1 we're like 5 years old.
All right.
So I started around that age. So although I'm pretty sure I didn't understand majority what's going on, but I was just there for the pictures anyway. So that's how I got plugged in. And obviously, you also mentioned you had the cartoons. I also had the cartoons. So me being the youngest, everybody would go to school, right? And I wouldn't start like, it's almost like a nursery sort of thing. My nursery started probably at 11. But I would wake up the same time as everybody else. So my time spent would be just watching cartoons. So Transformers and Spider-Man at the time as well. Ninja Turtles. Ninja Turtles used to get me in so much trouble because I used to fight everyone. I was just that kid just trying to, emulate their moves and stuff like that. So I used to get in trouble like in nursery and all that. But yeah, my aunt used to bring all these books. And I think my earliest recollection of her character was Superman.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I remember clearly reading The Death of Superman. I remember clearly Doomsday. Yeah. I remember Still, which was John. Was it John something?
I can't remember
his name, the black dude.
I can't
it's
remember.
John something, right?
I can't remember his name. It might be John Steele.
It might be John Steele. Yeah, so I do remember him with his hammer. I loved it. For some reason, I actually loved that character. So probably my earliest recollection is of Superman on the comic books and Donald Duck and all that because Donald Duck, like. So. But yeah, man. So, but yeah, like a lot of my cousins were into it, so I just copied them. Oh, and Dragon Ball as well.
Oh, Dragon Ball is another one.
You lot. When did you lot get Dragon Ball here?
We was in secondary school.
We was in
secondary school when Dragon Ball Z came out.
I got Dragon Ball in 94. My mom bought it from Spain. And it didn't get released until like 95, 96. So, and I started drawing the references. Like, I had references I used to draw and then sell them in school. Or like a cent or something. And I was out there hustling. Yeah. But, yeah, man.
Just clocked that Steele's real name or fictional character's name is John Henry Irons.
There you go.
So that still makes sense that he called Steele.
But I guess in Portuguese it would be like a different name sort of thing. But, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, man, good old times.
Yeah, man. So next question from Alex Hansley. What direction do you think the Spider-Man franchise will take after Infinity War? Do you think they'll kill off Peter Parker during Infinity War Part 2 and continue with Miles Morales? Or do you think Tom Holland will continue for a few more films? Love the content, keep it real.
Shout out to you.
You know what's funny? Yeah, obviously, like low key, everyone just said that Spider-Man was their gateway in to this whole thing, which is mad. And then this is the next question. But what I think is gonna happen is Miles Morales maybe in the Spider-Man universe, in the Spider-Man Homecoming universe, but I don't think they're going to kill off Tom Holland. Now, they got Tom Holland, what is it? Infinity War is his third showing, yeah.
Yep.
Then Infinity War 2 or the Avengers 4 will be his next showing, and then they're going to do Homecoming 2, right? That's how it's planned out right now.
Oh, really? I thought they would have done...
No, because Avengers 4 is coming out the next year. It's coming out in 2019.
Right.
And Homecoming 2 is not set for 2019.
Okay.
So it's got to be after that. Do you know what I'm saying? So I definitely don't think they'll kill him off, especially because, one, they cast Tom Holland young so he could play the role for a long time.
There you go.
So you don't cast a 15-year-old kid to play it till he's 17 and then kill him. It makes no sense. And I feel like we're still finding that, like, we still don't know too much about Tom Holland Spider-Man. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we watched Homecoming and we've seen him, like, interact at school, but, like, we want to see the progression of that character grow into an adult and stuff like that, as opposed to, like, we've seen Tony Stark as an Iron Man progress as a man.
There you
but
go.
we've never seen a kid progress from a kid to a teenager to, like, you know what I'm saying, early, like, we'd want to see, I think that's what Marvel want to do with Tom Holland. So I would say they just keep going. They make they make Spider-Man 2, they make Homecoming 3, they make 4, 5, and 6, and they just, like, he should be becoming the leader of the Avengers. Like.
Yeah, I gotta agree with that. It would make no sense to just kill off. Secondly, that's not how Marvel operates. We all know they have, like, a long-term plan. Like, we just kind of, like, start getting that, like, at the end of that plan, that we kind of like, oh, they had this planned out this whole time. So to me, it would make sense have Tom Holland, Peter Parker, then Miles Morales. Now Miles, so to me, it wouldn't. Don't bring Miles Morales right away. Like, work Peter Parker up as he gets older, then bring Miles Morales, because now it'll be like his protege sort of thing, and then now he gets to look up, mentor him, all of that, you can have that little conflict, and then from there, maybe introduce Spider-Gwen, maybe, start having all these little spiders come through, and then at the end, just like Infinity War, you can have, the Spider-Verse. And that would just be, do you know how many years of Spider-Man we can just have?
That's going to be, whew.
And Spider-Man is one of the most celebrated superheroes we have. So why wouldn't you just want to have, like, their own little thing? And yeah, every now and again, feature pop in, in Avengers or a different Marvel movie, and that's that. And that's how you create this whole Spider-Man thing. And we can, not us, but I guess the world that's not so much tapped into Spider-Man fall in love again with Spider-Man. So that's my take on that.
I want to jump on your take. Like, I think that is a really good idea, but with the whole bringing in Miles and that, I think that's the kind of stuff that they should leave exclusively to the Spider-Man movies. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you have Miles, but you only see him in the Spider-Man movie. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't want to get out of control. And the whole thing with the Spider-Verse is, you can do that correctly in one movie. Do you know what I'm saying? You get one of those sick bad boy directors like Rian Johnson, who knows how to deal with time travel and all that stuff, like Looper, and then you just throw Spider-Man into, you know what I'm saying? You get one sick, crazy Doctor Strange like Spider-Man, where he meets older Spider-Man, he meets Miles Morales' Spider-Man from another universe. You know what I'm saying? And they all come together and they do something like that. I think that would be sick, innit? But
that's what I was going to say. Like, with Spider-Man, like, obviously, I think he's kind of, is he behind? I wouldn't say he's behind Iron Man in franchise names. He's still, like, the forefront of Marvel, isn't it?
Yeah. Spider-Man is the main Marvel. Yeah.
So obviously with that, Disney, Marvel would want longevity with Peter Parker / Tom Holland. So there's no way it's cleaning them off. With the whole Miles Morales thing, like, it is a sticky situation. That's why I think they're kind of creating the whole animation thing at the moment. Probably testing the waters, see how it's going to go. And like you're saying, since Venom is still more Sony than he is Marvel, like, they don't want, like, a crazy thing going out of hand with the whole Marvel plan. So maybe Miles Morales will be another spin-off, like Venom is at the moment.
Right.
And then maybe come back. Tom Holland's again like featuring in those movies. Like I said, we might get Spider-Gwen, this and the other. So maybe we'll get those movies, but not in the MCU,
Right.
so to speak.
Listen, here's a thing that they can do, and which Star Wars have been doing great throughout the years. You can have the movies, and obviously with Disney being involved now, you can have the animated series, and it's kind of like playing all on the same timeline. And then every now and again, throw us a Blu-ray, that's still maybe going back or forth, but it's still correlated to everything that's going on.
Yeah.
And I don't know, 10 years from now, you just put everything together.
Can you imagine?
Exactly. And let's not forget as well, the comic books are sick. I just, it's absolutely brilliant. So, by the way, it's a shame because Dan Slott is not going to be...
Right, Spider-Man no more.
Yeah, because he's moved on to Iron Man. So it would be sick to have that.
I'm picking up Iron Man.
I said the same thing.
I'm picking up Iron Man.
Yo, I tweeted. I said, "Yo, man, I'm about to pick this up as well."
He's dropping Spider.
Yeah. But
wow.
can you imagine if Dan Slott was involved in the Spider-Man movies? It would be something special.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Good luck to your next adventure, Dan Slott. But yeah, I mean, Spider-Man is just one of those. You know what? I actually can't believe at some point I completely forgot about Spider-Man. Like, I got back into Spider-Man when Dan Slott came to Comic-Con.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that time when we saw him, and then got a couple of comic books, and then, was it 700?
Yeah, 700.
Read all of that.
Superior.
Superior, I actually read half of that. I still
dropped it?
No, I didn't drop it. I still have, fam, just way too many comic books to be reading everything. You know what I mean? Maybe hopefully one day I can just do that like full time. I think me personally, that'll be one of the most best achievements I would have in my life. Like, apart from basketball, it would just do like comic books like every day, all day, and novels as well, because I just love reading. So but yeah, man, I'm back into Spider-Man again, and I'm just loving reading Spider-Verse. I'm reading that right now, so it's pretty cool. But yeah, man, listen, it's a great time to be, and I said this before, but it's a great time to just be like into this whole thing again. Not that we dropped, but now there's so much attention to it.
Exactly.
It's just so much things going on around it that it's just beautiful to just taking it all in again. Like I always say, I'm five again, because that's exactly what it is.
I just want the games to catch up and get me. I think we should be getting 2 comic book games a year.
Yeah.
If we get to that point,
I actually forgot about the comic, the game.
The game exactly.
So we got the game coming out.
So I know Marvel / Square Enix announced something. What, 2017?
Yeah, was it?
2017 or 16?
The last year? 16, no?
16.
Fam, that's
this is what I'm talking about. That's how bad it is. It was a snippet as well. We got nothing.
Yeah, I think it was 2016.
Oh my God.
It was a long time ago when they dropped that the little trailer. But the thing is, it's funny because everything is in a transition period right now. It's like, besides Marvel getting the MCU correct, everything else is a bit thrown off. Like Warner Brothers got Batman Arkham Knight right, but when was the next? After that, when was the best superhero game that we've had?
Injustice.
Yeah, but it's a fighting game. Like, no, I'm not trying to knock it because it's a fighting game, but it's a different format. I'm talking about long story form, adventure, single player, telling a story, telling a narrative. Like, we haven't had that. Definitely haven't had it from Marvel since their good Spider-Man games like years back. So they're slacking there. We need other movie franchises to catch up. Like DC, they need to not necessarily catch up with Marvel, but they just need to make legit comic book movies consistently. It's just weird. Like I said, we're in a transition period. We need everything to be secure. We need 15 superhero movies a year. We need
15.
Man say
what's the OD?
But that's not. I don't think that's ODing, because there's 15 movies that come out a year that are rom-coms. There are 15 movies that come out a year that are horror movies. Do you know what I'm saying? They don't all have to be connected, but like what they're doing now with the New Mutants, where the New Mutants is a superhero movie, but it's a horror. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about.
Right.
Where comic book movies are just movies in different genres with superheroes. That's what I'm talking about. Like, that's when I say 15 movies, I mean like that. I don't mean I need 5 Infinity Wars coming out in the same year. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so movies. I want to see more movies like Chronicle. I want to see more movies like Super. I don't know if you guys have seen that. But like just superheroes, like stuff with superpowers. Do you know what I'm saying? Even Looper, low key, is a superhero movie. Do you know what I'm saying? They've got telekinesis and stuff like that. So I just want it to be more stuff like that. I want it to be 5-6 games coming out a year. Like this is the time. Do you know what I'm saying? Like we're running nerds are running the universe right now. Like pump this stuff out, because if it dries up for whatever reason, you want to have this stuff to fall back on. Do you know what I'm saying? To show our kids and that the same way we're gonna show our kids the animated series. You know what I'm saying?
Joe's saying, I want this, but man's not thinking about man's pocket, fam.
Listen.
Don't get me wrong, I want it too, but while you were saying that, I was like, yeah, can you imagine? Man's gonna be eating beans and for the rest, just
time
being
as
in
well.
toast, man. Just being in toast because the way you speak, man.
Bro, time as well. Like we get all the TV shows, we get the movies, we get the animated shows.
Yeah,
like imagine now you add games to that.
You
can't leave the house.
You can't leave the house, bro. I don't know how you gonna feed your kids.
Exactly. What kids,
Pay
bro?
your
Can you even
bills.
get kids if you want to?
Man can't even afford to have kids anymore.
You gotta pick and choose, man. You gotta pick and choose.
This is Kanan Jarrus, Jedi Knight, and if you can hear this message, then you've found the Cyber Nerds. May the Force be with you.
Wow, what's next, man?
Right, sorry if I butchered your name, but it's another long-standing patron of ours, Ganiyu Watami Awala. Sorry if I butchered your name, but shout out to you. There were strong rumours of a Cyborg movie in 2020. What are your thoughts and recommendations for DCEU getting this right, especially with how well Black Panther is looking to do? Black Panther, Lord have mercy if a Cyborg movie was to come out after this.
This is the first I've heard of. This rumor about Cyborg. Yeah, it's the first time. I tend to stay away from stuff like that until something official comes out. I think it's a bit overloading. Like we get overloaded, especially with social media and stuff like that. Like I'm the type of person to just focus on what's present. If something's official, okay, get that. But like rumors wise, until you present me with an idea, okay, what's the structure around it? What's the time period? And the reason why you're having to decide, why are we having to decide? Okay, I get it that he was the character that stood out the most in Justice League, but me personally, until I get something, I'd rather just focus on what's present and what's I can physically grasp onto.
Yeah, I kind of agree because like stuff is changing all the time. Remember when Man of Steel came out? Then they said they were going to make Man of Steel 2. They were like, maybe not. Now we're going to shift to Batman vs Superman. That didn't do too well. So I think, was it Darkseid or something was meant to happen? That didn't no longer happen. Now we got freaking, what's his face? I can't remember the villain because he was so bad in Justice League. We got him instead. Like stuff is Steppenwolf. Yeah, see, like stuff is always shifting all the time. So if there's a rumor of a Cyborg movie coming out in 2020, I think that's unlikely. I'm gonna say that.
Where did this rumor come from? Because it's so easy for fans to just create something. Go on Photoshop, create something,
true.
And just throw it out to the
world.
Then
fake news
and just go crazy with it.
The thing with this is, it's like this rumor. This wasn't a rumor. So before, when DC announced their lineup, like at Comic-Con, like a year ago, 2 years ago, or something, they said Cyborg would drop in 2020, and then they said, "Oh, it's not dropping." You know what I'm saying?
Remember we had that whole list.
Yeah, that is.
Majority got cut.
I think that's where this has come from. So what I would say is like everything we just spoke about is just talking about DC flip flopping, seeing how fans feel, and then doing this and doing that. So from that aspect, I don't think that this Cyborg movie will get made. Do you know what I'm saying? Even with the popularity of Black Panther, which are two things that are vastly different and not connected in any way besides the main character being black. Do you know what I'm saying? So, to be honest, I would like it because I think, to me, Cyborg was a standout in Justice League. But at the same time, like, realistically, like, what do you do in that movie? Because, just because in Batman vs Superman, they kind of rush through his origin. Yeah. In Justice League, like, they don't add more to they add a little bit more to his origin, but like there's no real interest in the character to me. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm a guy who I've read Justice League comics and I like the new 52 or the new iterations of Cyborg, but that's not the Cyborg that we've got in the movies as well. As well as look at him, all of like he's 85% CGI. That movie's gonna cost a madness. And right now DC need to be trying to make low budget superhero movies because Justice League just cost 400 million.
700, fam.
Bro, whatever it costs, you know what I'm saying?
I think it was 400, then they added more because they had to re-edit
they had to
the
reshoot the whole movie.
Yeah.
You're talking about marketing stuff, so they just took a big hit on that. So what they need to do is give what's his name? Matt Reeves, this Batman movie franchise, and just be like, look, make this for low budget.
That's the funny thing.
On the low level and blow that out of the water. And then they need to stay like, I'm just not with this whole CGI fest. Like, and it's crazy because I know Marvel movies have bare CGI, but it looks better in their world than in DC's world, if you get what I'm saying. Like, in DC's world, like, you can tell when things are CGI. Like, Steppenwolf looked like a cartoon character fighting against humans. Like, it's mad. But Hulk doesn't look fake when you're watching the Avengers. So.
Even though it was made back like 10 years ago.
Yeah, but...
But let me tell you, you know what? Yeah, I briefly read Cyborg comic book. I read about 5 issues, and it was because that was quite interesting to see how to bring his story about. You know, and one thing because he's kind of like working for the government, so for the White House, right? So one thing maybe they could do with Cyborg is not have him in the big screens, but give him series. See, now he's like, you can have a couple Justice League members, not the big dogs, okay? Because you don't need to have them, or maybe you just him, talking to Batman or something on the earpiece, and then have all these challenges with superheroes and the government, because that's a big issue, So you could have him have a series based on that, and then also. He has his what's his nemesis? The guy, the
green one, Grid.
No, the Grid, yeah. So stuff like that, like technological stuff that kind of like impairs him and makes things difficult. Hackers and stuff like that. I think that would work out better than the big screen because what would exactly we get from that? Like, how would you market? It's like, you know what I mean?
Super difficult.
I don't think they'll allow people to go watch it. So, Netflix is a good place to tell these stories or whatever other streaming devices there are out there. So I think that would be pretty cool and just go from there. Then people can have, more knowledge about the character. And now you can throw him to the big screen and people be excited for it because, they've got the comic books and they've got the series. And you just go from there.
Every time I've seen Cyborg, like, he's either in one action scene taking on someone, or he's in the background trying to figure stuff out. So he's like, he's kind of like the guy in like Mission Impossible where Tom Cruise is somewhere and you got Simon Pegg saying you got to be here. So it's like, how can you get that much of an interesting character to do like a full length movie when you're like saying maybe you're phoning Justice League members just to pick her up a little bit? But it's like he's going to be in the background though.
See, but the thing about that is the one thing you can do is just make him part of a team. Like, obviously, DC they've just gone a weird way about everything they wanted to do. Do you know? Obviously, they wanted a black character in the Justice League, so they threw in Cyborg, who's usually a member of the Teen Titans. Do you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Now, what they could have done was just have a Teen Titans movie where Cyborg is that guy in the office. And all of these other little youths, you know what I'm saying, are off running doing a mission. But make it like a real team. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they've got him in Justice League in action fighting, and it does make sense. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, man. Listen, let's not even talk about like. Now you just got me on this. I don't want to talk about DC stuff, but I think I don't know what. I don't think I'm not interested in the Cyborg movie.
No, not the movie. No, not the movie.
I'm way more interested in Black Panther. Like, way more.
I was gonna say like the lineup that was at Brazil, which I still think is going to change anyway, was Aquaman, Flashpoint, Justice League Dark, Wonder Woman 2, Suicide Squad 2, Batgirl, Shazam, Green Lantern Corps, then the Batman.
More than half of us got X, right?
No, well,
Are you serious?
Happening.
no. Right now, I think what we heard got X'd was, I think Batgirl got X'd, but the rest
They're still
Still
standing.
in.
seem to be intact.
Like, come on, Shazam.
Seem to be intact.
Shazam's
I know how
still
these
there,
things about
come
this
on.
is just never concrete, bro. Oh my
That's what
god.
I mean. Like, I know obviously Aquaman is in the water anyway. I mean, in concrete. Sorry about that. In concrete. Obviously, they keep talking about Shazam, so we know they're getting casting and that ready. But the Batman, it's funny how Batman's at the end now, and I think they even said it was a rumor, or they said that one last movie that Batman might be in as what's his face?
As Ben
Ben
Affleck's
Affleck?
Flashpoint.
That's it, yeah. So that might be his last movie, and then he's out.
And then that's 3 movies.
Yep.
The thing is, it's like at this point, I'm actually over the Ben Affleck Batman. The thing is, I feel bad for Ben Affleck because I don't think he got a fair run. But the other day, I went back and I was watching The Dark Knight Rises. Yeah, Christian Bale is the best Batman ever.
There you go.
But like, do you know what? Because I think after Batman vs Superman came out, I was like, yo, it's Ben Affleck. You know what I'm saying? Because they let him do things with Bruce Wayne we've never seen. And that is amazing. But then when you go back and watch the Nolan trilogy and look at this guy, Christian Bale, fam, he's a savage, bro. Like, he is, like, man. He done it large. And I think DC killed off Ben Affleck. Like, I know Ben Affleck was in the Justice League movie thinking, what the hell am I doing? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
because after Batman vs Superman, where they let him really be Batman. Do you know what I'm saying?
You could
They
feel
be
it.
dark, be
There
a
you go.
detective, do stuff like that. It's mad that they've taken him and made him a joke. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think it only I'm happy that he's gonna get out this contract and that they'll get someone new and do other stuff with him, man. That's what, because he just deserves it, man. Like, it's mad what they try to do to him.
Yeah, it happens. I guess it happens. So yeah, that's for Cyborg. Probably not so much. Excuse me. So moving on to the Facebook comments.
Go on.
I think we've got one from.
Oh, we got Facebook too.
Yeah, we've got Facebook.
Marty.
Jump onto the Facebook group, search The Cyber Nerds, and you'll find us. Go in there, type some nerdy stuff, find some nerdy stuff.
Make new friends.
There you go.
Shameless plug, innit? Shameless plug. Jump on Facebook. Jump on Facebook.
So let's see. Daz Spively. I keep butchering his name. I'm sorry if I got it wrong. How did you... Oh, I think we already answered this, haven't we? How did you all first find each other? What was the number one thing you turned to... What was the number one thing you turned into a complete fanboy for? That's 2 questions. Sorry, my bad.
Alright, so I didn't find any of these 2. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I was kidnapped. They just dragged me. They just saw me walking one day on my own. Like, yo, come here. And then that's it. I was stuck for life. One thing... I'll probably talk about one thing that just sucked me in right away. And I'll tell you the latest was Aquaman. Like, I had this perception of Aquaman. And then, obviously, like, before that, it wasn't a lot of stuff that I knew. The only image of Aquaman I had was, like, 60s or something, like, very old.
Man with a hook and that.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Something really silly. So I was like, what's this fish doing over here, sort of thing. But Joe put me onto the New 52 and I was mind blown and completely. And because I love water, I love the water element. Like, he automatically became my top 3 DC. So Aquaman, top 3 just jumped just like it, bro. He was so peak. And this is before they changed writers. And it went just a bit weird.
Oh, so you loved when Jeff Johns wrote it?
Yeah, Jeff Johns.
Man's a writer at heart. He's amazing.
Oh man, I loved everything about it ever since. Like, he's just been one of my favorites. And I just hope they don't butcher the new movie because it will just be peak, fam. But yeah, that's me off the bat.
Go ahead, Mr. Blister. What makes you go absolutely nerdy?
Oh, that's really hard because, like I said, I always go back to video games, and I don't know. Like I don't keep reading stuff too close to my heart, but one thing I do go completely nuts for is Kingdom Hearts. Play number one.
Ooh.
In fact, maybe it's just RPGs. I'm gonna go back to RPGs because I think fell in love with Final Fantasy number 8. Obviously, I didn't play number 7, so that's a shame. But play number 8, and I was like, RPGs are the one.
You never played Final Fantasy 7?
Like I played it, but I only played like one disc.
How comes I played it?
Did you? Did you play it afterwards then?
Final Fantasy 7?
Yeah.
Yeah, I played it all.
Oh, I didn't play
Was
it.
that the one with like 5 discs or something?
Yeah,
They
like
all
the
had-
first 3D one.
they had
Yeah.
4 discs. in it.
Yeah. So I never got sucked into the part where Aerith gets killed. Spoilers.
Well, I know.
Yeah.
I know what happens.
I don't know. I'm just people might have just played this.
The game came out in '98.
There's these millennials in that.
And you
innit?
never know, man might listen to the sound and go, yo, I'm about to go to this old PES console and play this just because the Cybernerds said so.
And the
Right?
game's getting remade as well, so there's people that be like,
My bad.
it
My
happens,
bad.
you know. Well, it's every day, all day. So, so I never played number 7, got into number 8, that was amazing. And then what happened? Then Vagrant Story dropped. I thought that was even better, so they never continued that, so I couldn't fanboy over that too much. And then Kingdom Hearts dropped on PS2, so this thing had Disney, Final Fantasy, and his own new story. And now from day one, Lord have mercy on Square Enix Soul if they ever flop this shit, because, whoop, my bad. If they ever flop this stuff, because I fanboy over that
You know what, yeah.
for days.
You know what?
Man threw money at the screen
You know what? That's
for a reason.
that's a bit, I ain't gonna lie, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Big Magic, like, oh.
It was yeah, man. I had no idea about Kingdom Hearts, fam. Like until I jacked someone's copy
I think it
and
was-
they didn't see that. And they didn't see
What was it,
that
Jonas?
for.
He took mine.
Dude.
I say it wasn't his. It was your brother's. I don't know.
Sound
One of them.
basically, yeah.
I don't know.
Why are you stealing?
Someone stole someone's thing, then he got jacked in it. That's how the game goes, fam. But yeah, you know what? Yeah, like when I got sucked into that Kingdom Hearts world, it was just madness. I had no idea. It's just the cover just looked good. I was like, alright, let me wrap this up.
there you
Let me
go.
just wrap this up real quick, fam. Alright, and then, fam, I think that must have been one of the first games I would play at night time without my parents finding out. Like, you know, like it was that, and it was what's that computer game? Max Payne.
Oh, Max Payne's
Right.
amazing as
So
well.
what I used to do, I used to get this towel, wrap it up, and put underneath the door, so no light is going to the other side, right? Yeah. Yeah. So Kingdom Hearts was one of those games,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
bruv, like it was just the game was just so peak. Like, listen, they can't mess this game up.
No,
They
they
need to
can't.
bring number 3.
Yeah.
Just played. What did we play? 2.8.
8, that's it, yeah.
You know, it was just too short, but it was beautiful.
That's
to
why I was
play
disappointed.
again.
I was like, you're like,
But it was good to play though. It was,
Oh.
the memories was just
there you
crazy.
go.
Played number 2 as well.
Mm.
Yeah, man. Kingdom Hearts is just one of those games that just makes you turn a kid again, bro. So yeah, I gotta give that. Agree
man.
with that.
Fanboy all day, every day about Kingdom Hearts. Day one. I'm excited right now. That's just about speaking about I was excited. That's not much of a fanboy. I didn't know I was a fanboy until I just said, "Gah," and it all came out. I was like, yep, that's the one.
I know what I've probably fanboyed the most over, and this is just an easy one. It's Star Wars, man. Like, get me. I'm surprised Raven didn't say Star Wars, but I just think it's because it's so obvious. Like since I found Star Wars, my life has just been different. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing like man just says like I love superheroes and all of that stuff, bro. But if you want to sit down and talk about the Force, you want to talk about Siths, Jedi's, dark side users, light side users, just battles, like inner rim, outer rim, planets, like bruv, it's Star Wars, fam. Like, get me, like if you want to, it's too much. And the thing about Star Wars is it's like so many people just hear Star Wars and they're like, they're just turned off by it. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, there's 6 movies and I've got to start at the 4th one. But it's like, Star Wars to me is just about the relationships. It's about the decisions you make affecting your life. And that's stuff that happens every single day. Every time you decide to cross a road, do you know what I'm saying? Every time you decide to do this or do that, do you know what I'm saying? It's like, these things affect the decisions that you're making. And in Star Wars, we're watching the family that the decisions they make affect the whole universe. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, Star Wars is just the biggest thing for me. And like, right now, like you were saying, it's like, we're living in a great time for comic book hero stuff and all that. We're living in a great time for Star Wars now. Like, we got new movies, we got spin-off movies, we got comic books, we got novels, we got video games. Like, it's out of control right now. Like, there's so much content out there. Like, I can't keep up with it. I've got to pick and choose who I want to follow, how I want to learn this and how I want to learn that, man. Like, Star Wars is everything, man.
See, it's funny because you said that and made me think, but I'm just plugged into Star Wars 24/7. So to me, it's just like water. You know, you just like just yesterday I was listening to the audiobook. Like, so to me, it's just natural now. You know, it's not something that I say I'll go away and a week from on I'll pick it up. No, like every day, all day, Star Wars. Like, even if I'm reading a different comic book, I'm watching a different movie. At some point that day or within the next 24 hours, I've plugged in to Star Wars, whether it's a comic book, whether it's a movie, whether it's a book, whether it's the audiobook, whether it's a novel. Like, I stay plugged into Star Wars. So that to me, that just runs in my vein now. That's where it is. That's where we at. So yeah, man. I mean, it's just Star Wars, bro.
The thing about it is, it's like, sometimes I think I'm like, yo, where's Star Wars going? Like where is it going? Like, it's mad because like, man will look at the MCU and you know where it's going. Like, it's going to Infinity War. It's going to Thanos. Yeah. When Thanos is done, they're gonna find out somewhere new to go. But Star Wars don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, Star Wars is a mad whole universe where there's different directions. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's mad. Like, so I just don't know. Like,
you know what? Like, with that, with you saying that, when I got to the point where, you know, getting the everything. So we would watch movies back to front. Then we're watching Clone Wars. Then we're plugging in with the recent comic books. But then I got to a certain point, like, I'm pretty much reading the same characters all over again. Like, even if it's a new content. Yeah. So what happened to me was I ended up going back to, like, even if it's Legends, like, I went back and I started plugging into that because it was just like, that's how big it is. Like, that's where you know this will never end. Like, 100 years from now, I bet you're still, like, you know, we might not be here, but like, someone is still plugged into Star Wars. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just finished Darth Bane. Darth Plague is the next one in line. I started yesterday the Rule of Two. Fam, I started Rule of Two yesterday. Like, it's not even 24 hours. So that's how deep it is, man. So it's Star Wars. Listen, man, I don't want to tell you to plug into Star Wars, but I can definitely tell you is one of the best things ever created on Earth. Like,
shout out to George Lucas, man. Yeah, get me, regardless of whether man owns it anymore or not. Like, shout out to you, fam.
You know what I mean? I just think, like, Star Wars and basketball for me, that's the pinnacle of one of the greatest things ever created. That's it. So, but yeah, Sam, what you got next for us?
Let's see. Excuse me, what? Kurt Wells. On top of how old you guys are, what do you guys do for a living?
On top of how old we are.
Yeah. We're gonna skip the how old are we question. We're gonna skip that. Well, I feel we get that all the time, man. Yeah. I feel like we've answered it a lot.
And we've already kind of answered the whole what we do for a living, so shout out to you, Kurt.
You get a shout out. There you go.
Alright, cool. Moving on to the next one. That was easy. From YouTube, we got a Tornado Channel. What are your thoughts on Anthony Mackie or Chris Hemsworth saying there are 40 superheroes in one scene. Boy, is there a big enough screen to fit 40 superheroes on? Like,
I mean,
that's a lot going
if you go
on.
to the super screen, yeah, like they'll fit in. You know what I mean? But first things first, Anthony Mackie. Like, I don't know, for some reason I wasn't a fan of this guy. Like, I was cool with the way he's performed. Something about him didn't click until the last Comic-Con. Yo,
Yeah, dude.
this dude is hilarious. I still got the footage, and at some point I need to release these out on our website or YouTube. I don't know, but he's so funny. I was actually quite impressed with him, the way he just goes on about things. But that's that. That's just, I just wanted to be a fanboy for like 5 seconds. Wow. Again, Marvel giving us another epic. If that's the case, 40 superheroes.
Bro, that's a fighting game roster.
Yeah, like,
Can you imagine Marvel vs. Capcom? That's the screen
pretty
we
much
choose.
it. So that's just heroes. We're not talking about villains. That's just
See,
superheroes.
I'm gonna have to jump in because I don't think there are 40 heroes.
It's just super.
See, I'll
supers.
take the super beings.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah.
Because I don't think we've got 40 superheroes. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's say we've got 5 Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Let's say there's 10 Avengers. Yeah. 10. That's 15.
Right.
Do you know what I'm saying? Let's say we've got the 5 guys from the Defenders from Netflix.
Yeah.
Let's say they're in it.
Yeah.
That's 20.
Yeah.
There's not 20 more unless.
Are you forgetting Black Panther? We saying
I just said there was 10 Avengers. Like, there's more than 10 Avengers. Like, there's not 10 Avengers.
Black Panther should have his own, because from what we've seen, like
the Lady Warriors.
yeah, like
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. If you're going to include them, but I'm just talking about, like, the heroes we know of that have had movies or have had a main focus or that are named people in comic books, you know what I'm saying? Like, we've only got about 20 of them. So there has to be other super powered people, do you get what I'm saying? Like, maybe it's including villains as well. Maybe all the dead villains come back.
Wait, but what if, so Avengers, yeah? So Thor, for example, he could have
Valkyrie.
exactly the 4 sort of horsemen that he has with him all the time.
They're all dead.
They're dead.
Yeah,
They died. They died.
Bro, they hella killed all of them.
Oh yeah, she moved to them. Jeez.
Except for Lady Sif, who wasn't in
and
the
and Idris
That's it, Idris.
character. So how many do you reckon from 4 side we could get? 3?
But I feel like everyone can bring in 3 of their own. Do you know what I'm saying?
But that's what I'm trying to. That's what I'm
But
trying
does
to.
that put us at 40? 4-0.
Oh,
I thought it would have been a maximum
You-
of 20. And then 20 on the villain side, but...
See that?
you're the
It's
guy who
like-
watches more Marvel movies than we do. So
No, but bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't think of 20. Like,
Let's break it down then. Let's go.
oh
Okay,
my
Iron
god.
Man.
Okay, no, alright, let's do this properly. Let's break
Break it down. Let's break
So
it
you
down.
got. Let's start with Iron Man. So you got Iron Man,
yeah,
War Machine.
War Machine. Who else? Pepper Potts is in an iron suit. Yeah, an Iron Man suit. Like, I'm gonna go over the top.
Okay.
Pepper Potts has got an Iron Man suit.
Let's put Black Widow with the Iron Man.
Black Widow, Hawkeye, and I'm gonna give him the Hulkbuster outfit. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So that's 6.
and Finn could be on that. What, Happy could be on that?
Yeah, we're gonna say Happy's in the Hulkbuster. Yeah. So that's 6.
Yeah.
Then let's move to Captain America. You got Captain America, Bucky,
Falcon.
That's it. That's it for him.
No Nick Fury.
No.
Them guys.
No, what guys? If it's not Happy in the Hulkbuster, it's Nick Fury in it. Bruv, we're at 9. Come on. Let's.
Okay.
I don't want to go over the top. Nick Fury ain't got superpowers, yeah. Then you've got Scarlet Witch, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Scarlet Witch. We're at
Vision.
what number are you at?
9. So far. With
Scarlet Witch is 10.
Mhm.
Vision is 11.
Mhm.
Then we're gonna go Spider-Man.
Yeah. That's it. Spider-Man is just Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's just Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm forgetting someone.
Okay, Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange.
He's crew. So he's got that
Ooh, he's crew.
Asian dude.
Wong.
Yep.
7.
Who else was it? No, because Finn walked away.
Oh yeah, Madami or
Yeah, he walked away.
He's a bad guy.
Mordor.
That's it. So he's got 2. Ant-Man. What's gonna be in it?
Ant-Man, Wasp. Yeah, take both of them. Do we say
4? 4's true.
4? Valkyrie,
The guy,
Houndor,
yeah,
whatever his name, Idris.
Something. The guy that played Dredd. Is he gonna be in it? Or did he die in the last one?
the guy that was in the machine.
Yeah.
He survived, right?
He survived.
Put him in there. Put Loki in there as well.
So that's 5.
Yeah.
Alright.
Have we said Hulk? We haven't said Hulk.
We haven't said Hulk.
So Hulk is in there as well.
Mm-hmm.
And Hulk doesn't come with anyone.
No.
Oh no! What about the guys that they released in Guardians in 4? They were thing as well. They were gladiators. Because there was the
Bruce.
guy,
You're talking about Bruce and them, man.
the guy that looked like a rock and
Yeah, Bruce.
Oh yeah, okay.
yeah.
Bruce,
So how many were they?
Like,
Three
give
of
them
them?
another 3. Do you know what I'm saying?
3.
But like, this is my point. Look how deep we have to go to get these extra characters. Like, that's what I'm saying. 40 heroes.
Yeah, but look who you're fighting.
That's what I mean.
You need
Infinity
listen.
War, bro.
You can't just have regular agents like Shield agents trying to fight because
I
you're
think
just gonna
this-
get.
That's
That's
the
not
pinnacle.
my point's not like I get what you're saying. There should be every superhero,
Right.
But I don't think we've seen 40. I don't think we've seen 40. You get the Guardians. That's another. Let's say 7.
Right.
7 Guardians. Yeah. So we've got the 5 main ones, and I don't know 5.
And then they'll bring
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
Stallone and them guys.
Get me? That's
Avengers.
you know what I'm saying, like, bruv. I think we will see it, yeah, because it's Marvel. We'll probably see more. We'll probably see like 65 super-powered people
Right.
fighting at the same time.
You just see them running around.
Yes,
getting
yeah.
slapped
but I'm
across the
saying it's
screen.
gonna be like the airport scene plus the Age of Ultron
There
scene
you go.
plus the two Age of Ultron scenes. The one at the beginning where they're fighting in all the slow mo, and the second one where everyone's fighting in that like church thing. You know what I'm talking about? Where you're just like the camera work, the cinematography on this movie is gonna be mad because I know at some point it's gonna do like a slow mo of like a war
Spin around.
Yeah, like,
over
it's gonna be nuts,
just a
fam.
different crew.
Mad.
Like, it's gonna be nuts, fam. One thing that I always love about these Avengers movies is the team up moves. I love team up moves, like when Thor hits Captain America's shield, or Iron Man does a beam and it hits Captain America's shield and bounces off it, or Hulk throws someone. Like, bro, I love that stuff there, man. But 40, bro, it's you're getting me gassed.
It's
You're getting me
OD,
gassed.
bro.
I think it's gonna happen as well.
It's a mad OD.
And Thanos is just gonna beat them all.
There you go.
Thanos is gonna be like,
Yeah.
He's just gonna be like,
Backhand Iron Man, slap up Spider Man.
you can double team, triple
flick
team.
Ant-Man.
Yo,
it's gonna be mad.
It's,
Oh yeah.
yeah. Oh.
I actually can't wait. Like someone can't come quick enough, and that's the only movie I'm like.
You know what? Yeah, I'm not even there. I'm just waiting for Black Panther, to be honest.
This is what I'm talking
That's
about.
where that's where my mind's at right now, bro. Until that comes out, I don't want to think about Infinity War, fam.
Yeah, that's mad because we're probably gonna find out so much in Black Panther that's gonna affect Infinity War.
Yeah.
Man.
And you know what? From the trailers of Infinity War, I picked up a little spoiler, but I don't really want to say it.
That fam, keep it to yourself, please. Thank you very much.
No, actually, I didn't see it anywhere else, but it was actually a spoiler in the trailer.
No, I want to hear it.
You want to hear it?
Well, if it's in the trailer, I'm not going to count it as a spoiler. Go ahead.
What's that guy's name? He wants to dethrone Black Panther, but he's not the main one. Who's the other guy?
Michael B. Jordan's character.
No, the other one.
Claw.
No.
He's actually from the tribe.
Tribe,
from
yeah,
the
from the
tribes.
tribe, yeah.
What, big boozy
Yeah,
guy?
the big guy, yeah.
Yeah, what about him?
He's in the trailer.
That's not a spoiler.
But isn't he an enemy of Black Panther?
We don't know. We've not seen the movie.
See,
Oh, cool.
it's not necessarily the enemy. It's just how tradition goes. You got to think about Black Panther's dad got blown up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
So someone wants to take the mantle.
Yeah, someone needs to take a mantle.
Mm-hmm.
Then you've got Michael B. Jordan coming from whose parents apparently were banished.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Bruv, it's just different tribes. That's how it goes. Like, the Black Panther is the next best thing to rule Wakanda. You know what I'm saying? So obviously, I guess that's why you see the man like scurrying up to each other, because he's just going through the trial to become the king of Wakanda. Like, that's just how it is. But yeah, man, look, it's almost that time. So how many questions have we got left?
That would actually be the final one. Let me double check. That was the last one.
Oh, there you go. Perfect timing. Anything else you guys want to throw in before we
wrap this up. Do you know what? Yeah, like it's been a bit. I was thinking through the whole episode that this probably should have been the first episode, but do you know what I mean? Like, it's good to see that people are actually interested in like who we are, where we came from, what kind of things got us into this stuff. So I appreciate all the questions, guys. If you've got more questions, make sure jump on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Patreon, wherever you can find us. We're on all social medias. We do everything. Find us, send us questions, communicate with us. We're all about communicating with the TCN.
Correction.
Fam.
Joe does everything. Put it out there. Don't get any ideas. Joe does everything.
Anyway, so yeah, appreciate the comments and questions, guys. Don't forget Patreons. You get this on the Monday, straight as soon as it comes out, fresh off the presses. And if you're not listening on Patreon, then you do get it a week later. Guys, let me encourage you to go to Patreon and sign up and support the TCN fam. It makes all of these things that we try to provide for you a lot easier. Appreciate the support. This has been episode 3 of the TCN podcast. I'm Joe, 1/3 of the Cyber Nerds.
And I'm Raven GS.
I'm Sam, Mr. Blitztech.
And we will see you on the next podcast. Peace.
Hold it.
Later.